What if your snowy countryside escape could feel like a Laura Ashley painting brought to life? Vintage florals, creamy walls, and cozy English cottage charm in every corner. Stay with this tour and let's turn poetic nostalgia into real, livable design ideas. There used to be a quiet kind of magic in that entrance foyer, where the honey oak floors greeted every step like an old friend, and the soft cream walls seemed to glow on their own. Natural light slipped through those cottage windows, catching on brass accents and a simple floral arrangement that never tried too hard to impress. It always felt like the kind of place where snowy boots, cozy scarves, and unhurried conversations naturally belonged. The formal living room was where vintage elegance loosened its collar just enough to feel inviting, with Laura Ashley florals softening every corner and those timber beams watching over like calm, old guardians. Sunlight pooled on the oak floor, touching the tufted sofa and wingback chairs as if they were longtime companions. Nothing shouted luxury, yet everything whispered it gently, from the porcelain details to the layered textures that made lingering feel completely natural. In the family room, comfort easily took center stage, with that deep linen sofa and soft rug turning lazy afternoons into a quiet ritual. Natural daylight spilled over bookshelves and blankets, making the whole space feel like it was made for movie marathons and slow, snowy weekends. The honey oak floor tied everything together, grounding the room as if it had seen years of stories, laughter, and the kind of silence that feels safe instead of empty. The dining area felt like it was waiting for a slow Sunday lunch, where time stretched out with every shared dish and unhurried conversation. The oak table held the rhythm of clinking china and gentle laughter, while the brass chandelier floated above like a familiar centerpiece. Soft cream walls and floral details wrapped the room in warmth, and sunlight from the cottage windows made every plate, glass, and folded napkin feel a little more special. In the kitchen, everything seemed thoughtfully placed, like it had grown into the space over the years rather than being installed in a rush. The cream cabinets, warm oak floors, and open shelves with vintage porcelain gave the room a gentle, lived-in charm that felt instantly welcoming. Natural light moved across the island and farmhouse sink throughout the day, turning simple routines, brewing tea, chopping herbs, washing dishes, into quiet little rituals that felt grounding and familiar. The butler's pantry felt like a soft-spoken secret just off the kitchen, where everything had its place and nothing felt cluttered or rushed. Cream cabinets, honey oak floors, and glass jars lined neatly on shelves created a kind of practical beauty that felt incredibly calming. Sunlight from a small window touched the organized jars, baskets, and trays, turning routine storage into something almost poetic, like the backstage of warm family gatherings and cozy weekend baking sessions. The master bedroom carried a gentle kind of romance, the kind that doesn't need grand gestures to feel deeply special. Soft florals, Cream walls and honey oak floors created a calm rhythm, while natural light brushed over the linen bedding and vintage furniture. The snowy view beyond the cottage windows made the room feel like a quiet retreat from the world, a place for slow mornings, unmade beds, and the comfort of simply being unhurried together. The walk-in closet felt surprisingly cozy, more like a charming dressing room than just a practical storage space. Cream cabinetry, brass hardware, and honey oak floors worked together with the soft daylight to create a gentle, inviting glow. Everything, from folded knitwear to vintage hatboxes, seemed thoughtfully placed rather than simply stored. It felt like a quiet corner where getting ready became a slow ritual, a small, everyday moment that somehow still felt a bit special. The kids' bedroom carried that playful softness where nostalgia and imagination naturally blended. Cream walls and floral patterns made the room feel sweet without being overly cute, while the honey oak floor grounded all the toys, books, and little treasures scattered about. Sunlight through the cottage windows brightened the bedding and cozy reading spots, making it the kind of space where story time, daydreams, and quiet afternoon naps felt equally at home and completely welcome. The guest bedroom felt like a heartfelt invitation to slow down, wrapped in cream linens, soft florals, and the warmth of honey oak underfoot. Natural light gently filtered in, landing on the brass bed frame and simple bedside details with a kind of quiet tenderness. Nothing felt staged, just thoughtfully arranged, giving guests the sense that this room was made for them to rest deeply, breathe easier, and feel immediately, effortlessly at home. The home office balanced focus and comfort in a way that felt genuinely effortless. Sunlight poured over the oak desk and shelves of well-loved books, making work feel less like a demand and more like a personal rhythm. Cream walls, floral touches, and honey oak floors softened the space, while vintage details added personality without distraction. It felt like the kind of room where ideas had time to breathe and tasks could be handled with calm, collected energy. Out on the backyard terrace, the cottage's warmth naturally drifted outdoors, meeting crisp snowy air with soft fabrics and aged wood. Honey-toned decking extended the feeling of the interior, while cream walls and timber details framed the view. Natural light reflected gently off the snow, brightening the seating area and planters in a calm, inviting way. It felt like the perfect spot for wrapped-up conversations, warm mugs in hand, and the simple joy of just watching winter quietly unfold. A snowy English cottage in Laura Ashley style isn't just about pretty florals and vintage pieces. It's about creating a home that feels gentle, grounded, and quietly romantic. Take any corner of your space and start small. A soft palette, a floral touch, and a story you actually want to live in.